My name is Naoum Karaminas. I'm an organizational psychologist by degree with a main interest and professional life in aviation psychology. Aviation psychology, the ability to tell apart people who can fly from people who can't, and help the people that can fly in being better and more functional in their work. It was a case of mistaken occupational guidance, let's say, which didn't exist in my days. I started out studying math and physics and chemistry and stuff. I moved to England, went to Salford University in Manchester, joined a course in air engineering, and decided that it wasn't for me. So I came back to Greece. I decided to follow my other interest, which was literature, English lit. The prerequisites for everything at the time were Psychology 101. That really gave me an insight into what working with people would be. So I turned into psychology, and it stuck. When I was looking for something in postgrad, I decided that what I needed was something that would make me better than others in my field. And of course, industrial psychology and organizational psychology, as it's called now, grabbed my interest. So I joined Hull University. They had a contract with pilots evaluation program in the armed forces, British Armed Forces. And I did my master's degree, Master of Science degree. That brought me into contact with the Hellenic Air Force was finishing a 2-year stint. I managed to have done so many things. So they offered me a contract, and that contract led to a second contract and led to me becoming a special scientist, as they call it. My career. What a normal day would be, military pilots have to be examined once a year, or experienced commercial pilots joining an airline in Europe. So those were the people that we examined. That was a typical day. I'd have to see 5, 6, 7, 8 pilots. Okay, I was head of the testing for 25 years, 30, I can't remember. All right, there was a lot of things other than actually talking to people. There were tests like the MMPI 2, for example, which I independently worked on. I was the main name in the main publication, and it's still being used. It's a requirement by the European aviation authorities. So that was a typical day. You cannot evaluate someone as part of their professional life if you don't know much about what they'll be doing. I was evaluating mostly from the part of stress management. As long as you're in the air, it's a stressful environment. A click over the limit in stress could easily put you on the clinical side. So we were looking at clinical science to begin with, and from then on, we had to evaluate the way that someone managed their stress. Can you imagine a pilot flying against an enemy, or a pilot with 300 passengers in the back being emotional? The fact that our evaluation kind of put a mark on someone's career did help in developing certain feelings in us. I've seen psychologists, not in the Air Force, where when they had to drop a candidate in favor of another, came to me and said, but how can I destroy this man's life if I drop him? You know, he's married, he has 2 kids. And I said, well, that's your job, because the other person who is better is exactly the same. I'd seen with my own eyes what someone who was not the proper person to be there at the time could result to. That helped a lot. Seeing the results of inadequacy kind of helped, keep you on track. How has aviation psychology changed? Automation came in, and the other kind was in selection. We started selecting for people that could not lose their grip with reality. So that was the most important thing. I kind of formed an aviation psychology lab, as we called it. It was part of the training pillar of the aviation medicine center in which I worked, part of the 251 General Hospital of the Hellenic Air Force. And from then on, I managed, and that was the pinnacle of, that was my success, to move that lab into a full medical department with its own signature and its own responsibilities without a psychiatrist. It was an independent psychological department. I managed to work on Catel's work with a 16PF test, which we used at the beginning in selecting pilot candidates, and the MMPI 2, of course, and lately the MMPI 3. It's a newest version. To begin with, they have to enjoy what it entails, gain as much knowledge as they can about the actual flying business, okay? That's one advice. So aviation is the most important part. You have to be a psychologist, but aviation becomes the most important point.
So do you have anything else you would like to add, anything that we haven't mentioned?
No, I think I've covered everything.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.